I drink water. Are you happy? Are you happy over there that I drank water, that I'm hydrating even, that I'm doing the hydration kind of thing that everyone's so obsessed over? Hi everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are. You're in tier list. That's what we're doing today. Welcome in, Check. Thank you for being first. um yeah, if you have not seen it, I'm not gonna link it here because it is like adult content, but I did a not safe for work charity scab for charity for the last charity thing I did. I just said charity a lot, but it's up on Twitter now. It came in like right before I went like out on yeah, before I like went on like a little vacation kind of thing. But I hope everyone likes it. Everyone wanted a stepbrother meme, and I think they delivered. So that's what they wanted. That's what the people wanted. That's what you get. It's good. That's great to hear that you enjoy it. The funny thing is, like, because like the last charity NSFW thing I got was so like, it was a lot, that when I got this one I was like, that's pretty tame. Even though you have to like look at it for a little bit to like realize that it's actually NSFW, because it took me a little bit. I was like, did they give me something that wasn't not safe for work? I did toggle it, but then I was like, oh it is. Oh goodness. This sure is. Yeah. So we'll be updating my RPG Maker indie game. Yeah. Oh. I'll be updating the list with stuff we played this year. Most of them I played with Matcha, so it's like a lot of them were like joint efforts. And then I'm gonna be rating all the Tales games. It took me a very long time to find a good Tales game tier list, because like they either only include the mothership titles, which isn't a thing anymore, so they shouldn't do that anymore, or they include like literally every single game that includes like really wacky Japanese only titles that don't really mean anything. There's like fan servicey things. So we'll be rating all the Tales games. I think that'd be a good thing, because I rated all the Final Fantasy games last year. Let's get started. We're gonna do this first. Just get this out of the way. And hopefully the music isn't too loud. I'm just playing my I have a chill music playlist that is maintained. It's mainly game music. So hopefully it doesn't like blast your eardrums out. But yeah. So these are all the games I played this year. Let's rate them. So I'm just gonna go with the order I just like dumped everything in. None of these are in order by any means. But let's start with the Sandman. So I played Sandman in October for the first time. It was a pretty good time. It's honestly a really weird one. Like it starts off as a horror game and it's technically a sequel to Crooked Man, which is like highly horror, like very horrifying stuff. And then Sandman is kind of like, okay, we're just gonna start with horror, and then we're just gonna kind of do a silly thing. It was really silly. I really enjoyed it, but it was like a really odd experience. Look at all these men. Where? These are game things. Patriarchy did it again. Wow. Wow. It's funny how they're making this joke about Sandman because the protagonist is a female. It's true. Disgusting. I know. But the protagonist is female for Sandman. I did like it. It was like, it was a weird thing. It was a weird experience to go into it. Men are the worst. Oh my God. How dare they be men? Okay, Signalis. God, I fucking love Signalis. First survival horror game I've ever played to completion. So Signalis is great. If you haven't played it, play it already. It's really good. Apparently I got the best ending, or like the one that's hardest to get on a first playthrough. So that means I'm a god tier gamer. Who is a tiny person dancing in your follower goal? That's a police officer from Ghost Trick. He's doing the panic dance. That's a dance he does when he's panicked. Here, let me show you. Let me show you this man. Let me show you him. Yeah, it's the panic dance. What else would it be, Errol? How do I undo again? Looking at my keyboard like, okay, it's control something. Control Z. Thank you, Errol. You're saving my life. I just finished up a very long drive today, so my brain might not all be there today. I'm an artist. I have to know these things now. Oh my God. I mean, technically I do art too, but I don't know. So I've mentioned this on stream before, but I went and see I went and saw Dracula, a comedy of terrors, for the second time, because we missed like a good portion of the first time I tried to go because traffic was really bad in New York City. So I went and saw it again. I just finished a very long drive today to get back home. Oh, my brain was like frying at the end of that drive, but it's fine now. So if I'm sounding like a little off, that's why. Oh yeah, A Story of Seasons of Wonderful Life. I only played a little bit on stream for this, but it's very good. Because I definitely don't like play. So Amazing Time, really good remake of Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Like honestly, all the things, they did a lot of great things here. There's a few like complaints that I have about the game, but it is literally tied to it being a remake of the old game rather than like a new fresh thing. Like there's a few things I have problems with The Wonderful Life, but just because like the problems existed before, it wasn't going to be fixed again. It's mainly like picky things for farming games, simps like me. But yeah, then we have Digimon World, which I played like 3 hours of in a charity event. Digimon World, pretty good game. I'm very bad at it. I think I killed the Digimon like 3 times. Just because I was so bad at the game and my monster was so weak. And I think I like sent it off to like this impossible battle for the level I had it. And like, it's kind of hard to do Digimon World where you're also kind of trying to keep up like the momentum for a charity drive, because like you kind of want to keep things going on stream, but a lot of Digimon World involves like a lot of planning, a lot of training that involves you just sitting around doing nothing and twiddling your thumbs and staring at the chat like, oh my god, my Digimon has been training for like 5 minutes, nothing's happening, oh god. But it's a fun game. I'm just really bad at it, and I hope everyone enjoyed me having a shit Digimon that kept dying. Code Realize, technically I put this on last year's tier stream, but we finished it this year. So Code Realize finally like ended this year. Honestly, Code Realize is such a good time. It's such a good game. I was glad I was able to show it with everybody, and also introduce actually only introducing one person, because only Macho is unfamiliar with the game going into it, because this was a Toby Tuesday thing. No, technically Moji and Mon had not experienced it either, because they only watched the anime. They didn't know anything about the actual route in the game, so that was really fun. It's also like kind of a mark of just like a good mark of like progress for us, because it's like the first game that we've completely completed. That was a sentence I made. Anyway, Rune Factory Tides of Destiny, amazing time. It's one of the games I had to drop just because while I was streaming Rune Factory Tides of Destiny, I kind of realized that I can't really stream farming games, because the entire time, like every time I tried to stream this game, I just got that brain fog of like, oh my god, I'm playing a farming sim, time to turn off the brain and forget that I'm streaming. So it was really hard for me to like get into the groove that I usually get in with farming games, where I just enjoy the experience through the time, and like also be like entertaining in some sense. So it was a good she controls her brain. I always do that. But yeah, Rune Factory Tides of Destiny, it's still a really good game. It was also a nice learning experience for me to like learn what I am comfortable with streaming, because it's like I love farming games, but do I love streaming them? No. It's not great. Speaking of more farming games, Harvestella, pretty good game. I played a little bit of this during the last charity stream. Yeah. Oh my god, is that Alt? Oh my god, is Alt showing up in my stream? Hi, how you doing? Hope I'm fantastic one. Yeah, so I played a little bit of Harvestella. It was fun. Is it you? Wow. So yeah, I played a little bit of Harvestella on stream during this really awesome charity drive that actually Alt runs every year that I get to be a part of, and I played it during that charity drive. That was in November. Oh my god, but it was fun. Honestly, it was like kind of dragging on my voice a little bit, because it was like halfway through a 12-hour and all of it involved talking. So, but it was fun. Stormblood, it's something I just finished up. It's pretty good. Actually, it might be a fine one. It's fine. Remember, has a nerd and an amazing charity on. Oh my god. But that was a long time ago, the one I ran. Yours is fresh in the memories, fresh in my brain cells, which are very hard to come by right now. Yeah. So Stormblood was fine. I need to play Digimon. Jack, you gotta make sure that you do better than me, because I had a shit Digimon. You gotta do better than me. No matter what I do, I always end up with a shit Digimon. I don't know why. Even when I use cheat codes. Like, I tried, but my PlayStation was struggling to run it. Oh. Do you have a PS3? coincidentally. Like once I used cheat codes to like get a good Digimon for Digimon World 1, and I still got a shit Digimon. I don't know how. Cause I was like, I'm using cheat codes. Isn't that supposed to guarantee me a win? But apparently not. Maybe. Okay. I'll keep that in mind that you have a PS3, because PS3s can run PS1 games, like physical copies of them. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, I play all my PS1 games on my PS3. It's also why it kind of looks fuzzy whenever I try and play them, but it works. Also, there's a Game Shark cheat for Digimon World 1 where you could press square to win the game. Really? I might have seen that because I used a Game Shark. Like I put the memory stick in and everything. I probably just didn't pay attention to it. I was like more inclined to try and to try and make sure my Digimon was strong and powerful, and it didn't even fucking work. Like imagine using cheat codes, you end up with shit. That's my experience with Digimon World 1. It was a very powerful shit, but also it didn't do anything. Like it had max HP and stuff, but also its defense was shit. Literally it was shit. So it just like got like every time I tried to like beat anything above the, I don't know, a strong Digimon, it was bad. It was all bad. So much shit. I know it was bad. Heaven's War. Oh, I should talk about Stormblood. I keep forgetting, but since it's fresh in my mind, Stormblood has a really bad pacing issue that I really saw at the end of that expansion. Cause I was trying to like finish it in a stream, and this kind of like ended up being to my like betterment as far as finishing the expansion. But holy shit, man. Like you get into the last area and then like boop, you're done. You don't even get to explore the area. It's just kind of like, okay, well you're here and now you're beating the game. Congratulations. It's even worse than like Heaven's Ward, because Heaven's Ward has a similar situation where it's like, okay, you have arrived in the last area and all you're gonna do here is like beat Heaven's Ward here. There's like the end game thing. And even with Endwalker and Shadowbringers has a similar thing where it's like Ultimate Duel is the last area ever, and it's kind of like the ending stretch. But Stormblood, it's like really badly paced. And I have that issue with the entire thing. Yeah, Lahi, that's in my chill playlist. I hope you're enjoying it. But on the flip side, Heaven's Ward, amazing time. It was a genuine joy to replay Heaven's Ward. And I can't wait to get to Shadowbringers and have a similar time. Okay, Guilty Gear. I'm sure everyone remembers my Guilty Gear stream. Woohoo! Come on. I had a great time, but man, I'm not a fighting game person. Yeah, oh no, everyone's gonna riot against me. Everyone's like perking, like, oh, she's talking about Guilty Gear again. Then sees where it's at the tier list, like, oh no, she didn't like the Guilty Gear. I'm just like, to me, fighting games are something that like, as soon as I play it for like 3 hours and I'm done with it. So it's not so much like saying that I didn't enjoy a time, which I did. It's more like I don't see the point of playing it again. I'm not someone who like, I don't like making numbers go up. I'm like, where's the story behind it? Like at the most, I would play the visual novel portion of it. I have the same feeling with Smash Brothers. Like I play a little bit of it and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I've learned to play this character. I'm done. Which is why I really wish Smash came back with a actual story mode, like in Brawl. Like Brawl was my most played Smash Bros. Just because I had the story mode. And yet, you need to see Soul throw Abraham Lincoln. Wait, what? Hey, Chuck. Nobody told me about that kind of lore at the stream. What do you mean he throws Abraham Lincoln at somebody? Isn't his name like Jeremy or something? Like his name isn't even Soul. He throws Abe. Like, his name is Frederick. Okay, please refer to him as Frederick from now on. I know you guys have like enlightened me in all the Guilty Gear lore, but still. Yeah, Frederick Bolsera. Okay. Okay, Frederick. Fucking Frederick throwing around Abe Lincoln. Well, I'll check in for the lore, but I don't think I want to play it again. Which is like, it's kind of why it's down there. I'm not saying it's a bad game, it's just, it's not for me. It was fun. It was fun. I can't wait to get into Street Fighter, because I'm planning on for that stream, since I have to do it now, I'm planning on making my own custom character and fighting people with my custom character, if that's allowed. I see we lost another one, boys. Sorry. Sorry, Check. Check is like slowly blocking me on all accounts, just like, well, we can't we can't get her, boys. Abort mission. We can't. Yeah, I was planning on playing Street Fighter 6 before the new year, but we're having some tech issues with it. So it depends on when I get it up and running. Like, it's literally because my partner owns the game, and I'm like, okay, cool. So we're gonna do the same thing as what we did with Guilty Gear, where I'll just like Steam share it. Only our Steam share isn't working right now for no reason. So we're gonna figure it out, and then we're gonna do it. Like, for some reason, like, our accounts are still linked, and Steam is like, yeah, you're sharing your library with this guy. Only when we can't pull up each other's games. So it's weird. We used to be able to, but now we can't. But whenever that gets figured out, we'll be playing Street Fighter 6. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I might have to have him like go on my computer, download it himself, and then I log in my account. Or he'll just log in with my account on his account on my computer, and I'll just play it like that. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Not me. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Trace memory. I played all of it on my birthday. Was it my birthday? It was either my birthday or my anniversary, but it was one of those things. It was a celebration thing. I played the whole thing, and I'm gonna be playing it again when the remake comes out. Yeah, so Trace Memory is a fantastic DS game. They definitely are going to have to redo a lot of the puzzles, because most of the puzzles in Trace Memory are based on you being on a DS. So a lot of the puzzles, such as there's like one where you have to close a DS and like have it reflect or something, or like fold your DS in a specific way so it reflects onto the bottom screen. You can't do that shit anymore with a Switch. So I'm very, very excited to see what they do with the new puzzles. But I'm going to be playing all of that on stream. Like, I am waiting with bated breath for Trace Memory Remake, as well as the sequel. Yo, the sequel's going to be with it. I'm going to finally be able to play it. Rune Factory 3, amazing time. Nothing to really say. I played the remake of Rune Factory 3 on stream as a preview stream thing, and it was great. Like, fantastic game. If you have not played Rune Factory 3 before, you should do it. It's shorter than 4. It's like way shorter than 4, but it's very, very good. And they added some of the bells and whistles that 4 special included, like the newlywed mode and stuff. And also, this is a game where you have to get married, so you actually have to pick your waifu, unlike with 4, where you can just kind of ignore it if you want to. They're like, you have to get married. Okay, next up, Pio Fiore. Holy fucking shit, I have so much to say about this game. So, for those of you who didn't see, Pio Fiore is an Otome game. We played it for Otome Tuesdays. What you didn't see is that I played the entire fucking game myself. It was a train wreck. Literally one of the worst Otome games I've ever played. And that's saying a lot. So, it is the Mafia Otome game, and it is written so horribly that I don't know why people are fans of it. Like, even if you want, because like Pio Fiore has kind of marketed itself as a really dark experience, like a dark, brooding, dramatic Otome experience. You could probably find a lot better things elsewhere that includes like the drama, the horrible stuff. Because like, it's horribly written. It's written like shit. is bad. My two favorite characters in the game were also the ones that that had horrible like treatment in the game, as in like treatment by the writers and the game developers. They had the least amount of CGs. Like they barely got any content in the game compared to the other love interest. It was bad. It's bad. One of the love interests reminds me of Xenos, and like a worse Xenos if possible. I know it's really hard to imagine Xenos but worse, but this game has it as a love interest. It's bad. So if you ever see Pure Fiore anyway, don't fucking touch it. Don't even. If you want a dark experience, I could probably find something better for you, just because it's not worth it. Drakengard 3. I kind of want to put Drakengard 3 in two different places, because like, okay, story, amazing. If we're only talking about the story, it's great. If we're talking about actually the act of playing Drakengard 3, holy shit, I never want to do this again. It's horrible. The game plays at 5 frames per second, and oh my god, it was the only game of the year that I wanted to rage quit. It was just so bad. I never want to do this again in my life. Yokotar is approaching your location. I don't care. I'll fight him. Come on, Yokotar, fight me. Your games before Nier Automata were horrible. You can't convince me otherwise. I have PTSD from playing this goddamn game. So I think I'll put like Drakengard 3 at a neutral. It was fine. Just because, holy, there are so many times in that game where I was like, is this it? Is this the time where I just stop playing it forever? Am I not going to finish this because holy crap, I'm losing my fucking mind? The only thing that kept me going was the story, because the story was good. It's just that everything else was horrible. If you have any high regard to your mental health, never play this game. Just watch the cutscenes. The cutscenes are great. Just do that. Watch a YouTube video on it. Just don't fucking touch this, man. It's horrible. Speaking of which, Drakengard. I mean, it was, considering I only played like, how long did I get into this game before we reached the charity goal? I think I've only played like 2 hours max of this game on stream. So I don't have much an opinion on this, but it was really bad to play, but it was it had an intriguing story go with it. Some dude played a song over a bunch of dead bodies. I thought that was pretty neat. There's a dragon. I thought that she was cool. She had a really raspy voice. I liked that. I had to play the beginning portion like twice. So that was neat. That's all I have to say about it. I played it for a lot shorter than I realized, than I thought I would. I mean, people are just so generous that I couldn't play this miserable game for longer than like 2 hours. Imagine. Ghost Trick, favorite, holy shit. That was a recommendation from one of the charity, like the top donors for the charity drive. Holy shit, I'm glad that they recommended it to me, because that was genuinely an amazing game. Like, fantastic puzzles, really made my brain feel wrinkly and genius-like. Hilarious too. There were so many moments on stream where I was just cracking up, because it's just so funny and charming and witty. Like, I can't recommend this game again enough. I might play this again just to see, since I know all the twists and stuff. Like, I want to see all the hints of like how they hinted for the big twist at the end. It was great. I have nothing really to say about it. It's play it. It's great. Flesh, Blood, and Concrete. It had a lot of flesh in it, but the story is very intriguing in that really cool RPG Maker way, but also had a lot of flesh, and it was very squishy. I didn't appreciate that. It was amazing. Damn, I had a good time with it. Just wish it had less flesh in the game called Flesh, Blood, and Concrete. I really should have expected more. Expected more of myself, but you know, it's good. Detroit Become Human. But we do like Squishy. I love Squishy the person, do not like squishy flesh floors. That's not something I really appreciated, game. It's horrible. But Detroit's Become Human. I also have like a dual opinion with this because you know what? You know what? Actually, no. It's pretty good if you go into it the context of you're going to laugh at it. Because if you try and like approach it as like a serious game, you're going to be solely disappointed. If you approach this with the perspective of I want to laugh at this and have a good time laughing at David Cage's masterpiece, you're gonna have a great time. It's so funny. Just hilarious that they're like trying their hardest to make a serious game but failing. The writing falls so flat, and it's great. I had a blast playing this with the Atomic Tuesday crew. It was just hilarious. Hilarious time. This is, what is this? This is this is Alice in the Country of Hearts, the anniversary edition that we played on Atomic Tuesdays. So, Alice in the Country of Hearts, horrible game. I never want to think about this again. It was a stupid game. It's so stupid. Like, why would you have like? So, if you did not consume or watch the playthrough on Tuesdays, the gist is that it's basically a stat builder, except for it's stat builder, only your stats are relationship points with the love interests, and you have to visit them on very certain days, and you have to visit them on certain times to get the specific events to end up with them. And you might be like, okay, so it's like a basic stat builder, so that can last a while. Like, how long is it? It's like 200 turns, and the turns take a while, so it's a stupidly long game. None of the characters are really like endearing. The protagonist is an asshole. She's horrible. I hated voicing her. But it's fun. We had a good time with it, but God, I never want to play this again. It's horrible. I put this in for Cafe Enchanté because technically we're not done with it, but we got through two more routes. Having an amazing time right now. I don't like saying they're my favorites if I haven't finished the entire experience. So I'm just putting it under amazing time. I'm having a great time. It's very silly. I like a silly game. It has like the nice balance of silly and dramatic that I really like. Sometimes Code Realize, one of the detriments of using it for a reading stream is that sometimes like once it gets serious, it just stays serious. So it's harder to like play off of like the silly as far as doing funny voices, because sometimes in Code Realize you're trying to do like a bit and then something really horrifying pops into context. You're like, oh, I should probably take this a little more seriously than I am. Whereas with Cafe Enchanté, it doesn't matter because everything's just silly about this game. On Baldur's Gate, there's nothing I can say about this that you don't know. It's Baldur's Gate. I'm having a blast. How many hours do I have it on my Steam now? Let me look. How many hours do I have in Baldur's Gate right now? And I'm not even close to being done with this game. Like I am. Okay, I have 332 hours so far. I've only beaten the game once, and I have a lot of playthroughs right now. I love this game so much. So yeah, if you haven't played Baldur's Gate, go play Baldur's Gate. Like it literally, it's like pressing all the buttons that I've wanted from a game for a very, very long time. And also I'm very, I still haven't passed the point where you reached the Goblin Camp. Yeah, all that's the Baldur's Gate experience. Good luck. You'll be there a while. Yeah, I've been to Act 3 several times. Only beaten it once though. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your Baldur's Gate experience, Alt. Touch Stars. We played this earlier this year. Amazing time. I'm really excited for its release, because apparently it's releasing late next year. Like the game also loved Divinity 2. I just got Divinity 2. Someone just gifted it to me. So Geese just gifted it to me. No time for Little Bird to play Baldur's Gate 3. It's fine. You don't need to rush through it. You can just play it when you can. I'm never somebody who likes who wants to pressure somebody into like rushing through a game. Like you have to play the whole thing in like record neck breaking time. Games are there forever. You just play it as you're going. You don't need to don't need to rush to finish it. Just play it when you feel like it, when you can, and then you just do it done. You do it eventually. Signalis and S have been hovering and buying this game for a while. Hi Arsenic, you should buy Signalis. It's really, really good. Multiple endings too. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. I think my playtime was like 8 hours. It was very good 8 hours. You know what you should also do? What should I also do? Thanks all. Yeah. Yeah, Signalis is really good. If you haven't played it, like, please consider buying it. It is very cheap for like all the love and art, the artistic shit that gets thrown into there. Unfollow the refall. No, don't do that. No, you'll lose your cool like thing.
Exe has been forcibly installed. Good luck.
Thank you all for the gift sub to Arsenic. Enjoy your emotes. Congratulations on the sub now. Haha. Oh yeah, I have to talk about Heta Oni now. I played this with Moji and Brevi during my charity drive in May. It was fine. It was a walk down memory lane, man. What can I say? I'm a retired Italia fan. It was fine. I look into the horrors of my past and looking at it deep into the eyes, deeply, lovingly into my past eyes, and be like, wow, this was a thing that I was really into back in the day. Apparently the person who made Heta Oni is remaking it. So me, Moji, and Brevi are going to be doing that whenever it gets remade. We're going again, boys. Oh, thank you. Hi, Bonus. How you doing? Hope you're a fantastic one. Ugh, fuck. My limbs are still like all like stiff and shit from the car ride. God. Thank you for the hydrating stretch. Enjoying it. Dropping a self-care package and going to lurk. Have a good lurk. Thanks for stopping in. And being stuck in a monitor. Shut the fuck up, Alt. I was stuck in a monitor and nobody helped me. Somebody even tried to push me back in. God, that art. Yeah, check. Looking directly at you. You guys are horrible. I get trapped and you're just making stepbrother jokes and shoving me back in and just patting me on the head and not even helping me. I'm very innocent and pure. Yeah, my very innocent and pure NSFW art that you wanted for charity. You see, you're all like, oh my God, Ner. Look at this art you got. It's just like, you guys wanted it. You guys wanted the stepbrother art. So it was voted on for charity. Honestly, I think Vel was like the main promoter for that prompt though. And it ain't prostate, yeah. For men and their prostates. She sure was. Yeah, she sure was. And she was right. Imagine, what did I walk in on? Nothing. We're not doing anything. Just talking about prostates again. Thanks for looking at from my inner booty. Nothing. Shut the fuck up. Stop it, stepbrother. Oh God, Desperate Game. I don't want to think about Desperate Game anymore. Shut the fuck up, Desperate Game. Yeah, if you don't know what happened with Desperate Game, it got really, really bad really fast. How's relationship by marriage? SW. Oh, he guys, okay, guys, I need you to come over here with me, please. He doesn't know. Guys, what do we do? What? You guys are the one who suggested the prompt. You guys have to explain it to Joan. You got to do this. Okay. Anyway, Desperate Game. Basically, we were having a great time streaming it, and then basically it got really bad, as in content-wise. So we had to like axe the entire playthrough. So I never play this, by the way. If you're like, man, I want a really shitty Otome game to play, don't play this one. I actually wait, this is one of my ace from. Yeah, it is. Yep, that's it. It's a meme based on like a popular NSFW thing right now, which honestly is weird. Like it's really weird, but apparently it's like a meme and also popular. It's probably questionable from a legal perspective, probably. Anyway, but yeah, Desperate Game. I actually removed this from my Steam because I didn't want it on my Steam anymore. It's that bad. Like, honestly, let me do something real quick. I'm adding a row. F. Car. Actually, let me, it's gonna be in the, there we go. Desperate Game goes here. Yeah, no E. F. We're skipping E because Desperate Game's that bad. Like, even Pio Fiore is like higher than Desperate Game. Like, all these games that I never want to play anymore, better than Desperate Game. That's how much I hate it. Monster Road Trip, I played for the first time with friends this year. I think I played it with Matcha and Moji on one of our off weeks, so it was fun. It was pretty good. Like I liked it because it didn't have like the complete focus on like romance, so you just kind of do some silly stuff in it. But yeah, Monster Road Trip, pretty good. We'll probably play it again. Pedestal. So I didn't actually complete Pedestal, and it is fine. So Pedestal is by the same creator as Crooked Man, and I was very, very excited when I saw that it got translated. And only when I was playing it, the longer I played it, the more bored I was with it, just because it's not a horror game. It's like, it's a mystery, only it really drags. So it's a mystery that like doesn't really give you a lot, and also the protagonists are really kind of unlikable. So like, it got to a point where I was like, I don't want to play this anymore, actually. So I just stopped streaming it. Like, I kind of do want to know the ending just so I can figure out what the mystery was. But like, it just went so long, and it was just such a bore for me. So it's very unfortunate. I still am looking forward to like more that this creator does, but I'm thinking that they need more practice with non-horror games, or like they should stick with horror games, because their horror games are really, really good, because there's always like something happening. There's always like something more around the corner, whereas with this, it didn't have that, which is unfortunate. I think this would be very promising if it had a little more to kind of keep you on the hook. Rune Factory 5, I played it very briefly, so I love it. I love Rune Factory 5. It's very divisive. A lot of people, like a lot of Rune Factory fans, are not a fan of this. I am a huge fan of Rune Factory 5 though. Don't listen to the other fans, just don't. They have bad opinions, bad taste. So Rune Factory 5, really good. Just play it on PC, not Steam. The Steam version is very bad. I'm a huge fan of Nerd. Oh my god, I'm a huge fan of Alt. Got him. Dinosaur Planet is good. So I played Dinosaur Planet until the game would not let me. Like, I think it kept freezing on me and I had to stop. So it's good. It's if you've ever heard of Star Fox Adventures, this was the game that came like before it became Star Fox Adventures. It was Dinosaur Planet. It's fun. It's a fun little game. I look forward to the day when like because I know there's a few fans that are working on making this actually playable. So this will be fun. It'll be a fun time. Looking forward to it. Amnesia Memories. I played a stream of it with 1010 and Squishy. It's fine. Like, actually, you know what? It's like between these two categories. It's not a great Otome game, not a great experience, but it's interesting and fun with friends. If you want something that's very different as far as Otome games go, this is a good like palate cleanser, I think. Because typically Otome games involve like you romancing somebody and like learning to love them and stuff, getting them to fall in love with you. Amnesia does not work like that. Amnesia, the concept of the game is that you are already in a relationship with somebody. You just pick who you're in a relationship with, and then you get amnesia and you're trying to figure out like, okay, who were you? Who is this man that you're apparently dating, and how did you guys hook up? So you're kind of like working in reverse. I think it's an interesting concept. That not the greatest execution though. I do want to play more of this with Squishy and Tenten though. I've just been very lazy about like organizing collabby stuff recently. And then we're gonna round out with Star Ocean. I am gonna be playing more of this on stream. It's just like I kind of got lost in other things, like charity things happened. With Star Ocean, one of my favorites. Amazing remake. And there's honestly nothing more I can say about it. It's an amazing remake and it's great. I want to play more of this on stream next year, which thankfully I think it'll be easy for me to jump back into, because I haven't played it off stream at all. So like the last stream I did was the last time I played it. So, but I do want to play more of this. It's gonna be fun. I actually do want to finish Star Ocean this time because I tried playing the original like last year and I didn't succeed. So I'll try to do that. But yeah, this is the year for me. A lot of favorites this year. I think I had more favorites this year than last year, but just played a lot of good games, a lot of high quality stuff. Yeah, let's move on to our next tier list. Let's see, what else? I want to update my RPG Maker tier list. Let's do that. So, if you saw my tier listing stream from last year, I already did this. So I already like did this all last year, but since I play RPG Makers on the weekly with Matcha on their stream, and I also like play RPG Makers myself, I decided to like just do an update this year. So just like updating what I have on here. If I didn't play it this year, I'm just like left it up there. And also the person who made this tier list added more. So like there's more games that I can also add to the here too. So we'll just like put in all these things that I you know. So starting off is Wadanohara. Last year I rated it as a B, and I actually replayed it again this year with Matcha. So for Wadanohara, now that I've replayed it and it's more fresh in my memory, I'm actually gonna put it at an A tier. I think it's a good game. It's a really good game. Like, there is something about Wadanohara that, like, if I were to ever recommend it to somebody, I do want to like put a huge warning on it. It deals with a lot of very intense themes, particularly in the realm of sexual assault. Like that is the primary theme of this game, is like basically sexual assault, like how you deal with it and stuff. So that's my huge warning flag for Wadanohara. I do, like, upon playing it again, my opinion has gone a little up, just because I think as time has gone on, I've thought about it a little more negatively, but now I'm thinking about it like it's a good game. I think it's good. It's just that, like, don't play it unless you know what you're getting into, just because this is kind of one of those ones that can catch you off guard if you do not know beforehand what the plot is. Flesh, Blood, and Concrete, which I just put on A tier here. So I already talked about this in my yearly review. So I'm putting it on A tier. Very good. Not so much in the favorites category. You have to be a very special game to end up in the S category in this one. Mother 3. I played this. Well, I watched Matcha play it. It was basically their summer game because that's all we did this summer is play Mother 3. But I think Mother 3 is very good. there's a lot of scenes I was like genuinely like, oh my god, what? And like a lot of really good moments in this game. It's still a Mother game, so honestly, if I had played it myself, I don't think I would have a high opinion of it. I don't like how Mother plays. I'm not a fan of like the style of like combat and stuff that Mother and Mother 3, Earthbound, they all do. But watching the experience was very good. So Mother 3 is up here, very good. High quality. I kind of wish I'm kind of confused as to why it never got formally localized, like in a legit way, but who knows at this point. Sometimes Nintendo makes stupid decisions. This is one of them. Haha. Sandman, I already talked about this one. This goes on good with flaws, very similar to Crooked Man for like very different reasons of why they're flawed. Okay, Tomorrow, there's another Etherain game. Tomorrow Doesn't Come for those without blank. This is good with flaws. This is not as well polished as Hello Charlotte, but it's still very good. I know we only got one ending when me and Matcha played it, but I do want to play it again on my own time to like see if I get something else. I feel like there is more under the surface than we initially saw. It's just a matter of like, it wasn't really, because with Hello Charlotte, you like, when you know that there's something underneath the surface, you can investigate it and like see what's going up with it. Whereas with this game, it was very much like, oh, well, things are happening, but also the game's ended now. So Heta Oni, it's still going into perfectly okay category. Nothing changed from a replay. I'm just like, yeah, this is an okay game. It's not bad. It's just okay. It's a Hetalia fan game. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through these. You can't see this, but I'm just gonna go through all these games and just like, a lot of these I have not heard of, so I'm just gonna weed them out real quick right now. It's like this I've never heard of. Bop. Yeah, a lot of these I just have never heard of in my life. I recognize some of the art styles now because I played like a couple more games where I'm like, oh, I think I know who this creator is, but I don't know the game itself. So I'm just gonna dump these all in here. So I didn't know these two, don't know this. Hopefully I'll work through more of these never heard of games because some of the art styles I am interested in. So at the very least, for the artistic value, I do want to look into it and see what it's all about and why it's on this tier list to begin with. Yeah, bop. So these 4 I know. These 5 I know. Okay, so first up, this is Mario the Music Box. I've watched a video about this. It's like a dark fan game for Mario, and I've watched a video of it, but I am interested in it, so I'm interested in playing it or experiencing it fully. Then we have milk inside of a bag of milk. Me and Matcha played this. It was very good, so let me just dump this up here. It's very good. It's very good and short. There's a lot of layers to it. I like it. Plus, like, the art style is very good. That's enough to draw you in. 5 Nights at Fuckboys. I watched Markiplier play this back in the day. It's a very good game, man. It's, for what I remember, it was really funny. I'm just putting it up here. I haven't watched or consumed 5 Nights at Fuckboys in such a long time, but man, it's so funny. Yeah, well, it's the perfect name, Arsenic. It's 5 Nights at Fuckboys. It's just like a really funny, silly RPG Maker game. Or RPG Maker game with the 5 Nights at Freddy's characters. That was like for the care package. Yeah, it's just a funny little game. I like it. It sounds like a nice vacation spot though. Yeah, it does. I would go to 5 Nights at Fuckboys. Melon Journey. I've heard about this. I heard that was like very short, kind of disappointingly short, but I do still want to play it. And Rakuen, Raccoon I've also heard of, and I am interested in it too. So that also goes into the interested category. And yeah, we're done updating the RPG Maker list. I'm planning on like keep doing this because I do want to like, because you might notice that like this is very small. This top section of the games I've played, very, very small compared to like all these games I've not played or never heard of before. So I do want to really work on like experiencing more so I can add more to the actual opinion section of the list. And I definitely, I know there's a few games that like both me and Matcha are interested in on the interested list. So we just have to do it. And plus, I mean, since we do a weekly, we do a weekly stream together. So there's a big opportunity to just like start whittling these down, in my opinion. So what should we do next? I think next we'll do the Tales tier list. So these are all of the Tales games. First off, I'm gonna whittle down. There are a few random fan servicey games in here. I'm just gonna kind of whittle down. I'm not interested in playing them. Not really interested in talking about them, just because they're like it's literally all fan service. So they don't really mean anything. So I'm just it's Tales of Fandom. There's 2 of those. I think those are the only ones. These 2. I think these are not gonna be dungeon. I like no interest in playing those. Reunite, I'm not interested in. I'm just like getting these out because I have nothing to say about them. The random Tales fighting game, Tales of Versus, goes down there. So now that those are out of the way, let me talk about the actual games that I'm have something to say about. So let's start with Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise is the newest Tales game. I played like 2 hours of it and I got really bored. And also like Tales of Arise, it has a really weird really weird button layout for controller. So like I remember like when I first played Tales of Arise, I was like, my hand feels weird. Like this is a weird way to hold my controller, but you had to do it because like you needed to like use all of the buttons to play it. Give it up 15 hours and still same feeling. Yeah, it's weird. Like it didn't grab me at all. It was boring me. And it's like when you look at the story like on an objective view, it's like this sounds interesting. This sounds like a really cool game. And then you play it and you're like, actually all these cool things are happening, but I don't care about any of it. It's weird. It's just really weird. I should give it more of a chance before I make a definitive decision, like opinion on it. But man, I don't care. Actually, you know what? Instead of calling this a no thank you zone, I'm just gonna say I don't care. I don't care. I don't care for this. So I don't care for Tales of Arise. I'm glad it's popular, I guess, because that means the Tales series has more support and more financials to keep being a thing. But I don't care, man. Plus, like, a lot of it doesn't really feel like a Tales game. Like, a Tales game, like, all these games, there's all these different games with different stories and different characters, like different lineups. All of them feel like they're in the same series. Arise just feels weird and like out of place when compared to all these other games. It's really weird. And I have yet to like figure out what exactly is the case with this one. Like part of it is aesthetics, because aesthetically it's very, very different from the other ones. But it also just feels like, I don't know. It's like the parts are there, but they aren't clicking. It's weird. Eternia, I want to play. This came over as Destiny 2 in America, I think. I think this was called Tales of Destiny 2 because they didn't know that Destiny would actually have a sequel. But I am interested in it. I like a lot of the characters I've seen from it. It looks very, very charming. Berseria is a great game. Holy shit. Probably like out of the modern Tales games, this is my favorite. Just a very, very good game. Lots of dramatic stuff happening there. I forget the protagonist's name. This is bothering me. I need to look it up because I was gonna make a joke that was like, wait a minute, is that her name? I don't think that's her name. I'm gonna look it up. Okay. I gotta explain myself now because I looked at this. Her name is Velvet, by the way. Her name is Velvet, but I was about to be like, I was about to call her Velcro. No, it's Velvet. It's not her. But I was just like, oh yeah, and the protagonist Velcro. Wait, that's not Vel. But she's great. She has a really good arc. I like all the characters in this game. They're all very, very good. Destiny, I also want to play. I actually own Destiny. I got it a while back from a used game shop that had it for like a decent price. I gotta play it. It's like a very classic old game, so I'm probably gonna hate the gameplay, but it's gonna be good. The problem with Tales games is that they're very hard to go back to because all of them build on each other. So all of them like improve upon the last entry as far as the fighting style goes. So when you go back, it's really feeling like you're going back. So I do want to play this along with Destiny 2. I just want to experience more of the older games, Tales games. I have to kind of, before I play these two though, I have to go on a like a Tales hiatus, I would say. Just because like if I have the same problem, like if I play Tales of the Abyss, I can't play Symphonia for a while because Abyss adds like so many improvements to Symphonia style that's just like man. Graces I want to play. Apparently it's good. I'm not particularly interested in Graces, but I just am because there's a lot of fans of Graces. Hearts, I'm not really interested in Hearts. Hearts was a weird one. Like if you don't know what Hearts is, basically they were trying to do something weird with the art style. So they had two different versions of Hearts come out in Japan, where one of them was basically like a realistic, like almost Final Fantasy-esque art style to it. And then they came out with, then they also had the anime style. So you could go out in the store and buy one of two art directions for the game, which is just weird. It's a little wacky, but I'm not really interested in it other than that. I'm just like, I'm of the opinion of like, oh, well, that's cool, I guess. They tried to do Final Fantasy art style. Anyway, I don't care. Innocence, I really want to play. Innocence never came out in America. And apparently the person who directed Innocence said it would never come out in America, which is really weird because this is the Tales game with guns. Which you would think that'd be a cool thing in America to have like a Tales game with guns. It's like a steampunky gun thing, but I don't fucking know, man. Legendia, I am also interested to have played it. What is this? Oh yeah, this is the sequel to Fantasia. I haven't played it. I'm not interested in it. Fantasia is okay. It's the very first Tales game. It has a lot of like cool things about it, but it's not, I don't know. All the building blocks are there, but I'm not interested in like going back to it necessarily. It's an okay game. I care for it. It's just very basic in my opinion. Rebirth, I really want to play really badly. It has a dude who screams as his protagonist. He's in love with his girlfriend, and half the game is him screaming about his girlfriend and how much he loves her. So I really want to play that just for that really fun fact of it. And then we have Symphonia. I love Symphonia. The classic game. It was one of the first games I streamed as Nur. None of the VODs for that one are saved though. Just because like I was streaming it regularly, and then like while I was playing the game, I switched over to being a VTuber. So I didn't want to save it unless I could have the full thing saved. So I just didn't save any of the VODs for this one. But you can see clips of it though. But Symphonia, it was my first Tales game. I think, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say like first JRPG, but that's a lie. First like anime style JRPG, I'll say. Very, very good. It's really good. Symphonia 2, I really like. Symphonia 2 has a lot of flaws, but I think they're great. Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. It's the game that comes from. Abyss, I think it's a great game. I have a weird opinion on Abyss because I think objectively it has the best story for Tales, but I think it's very mean-spirited and I don't appreciate that. Like, I can't play it a lot because when you boot up Tales of the Abyss, like a lot of the party hates each other and a lot of the party also hates the protagonist, which is like, at the beginning, the protagonist is like a horrible guy. So you're kind of playing this like, man, this dude's horrible. Why am I playing as him? He's a douchebag. And the whole party's like, oh man, Luke, you're being such a douchebag. You're like, yeah, right? Isn't he being such a douchebag? Only then he has like a character development. You can't see it happen. And you're just like, oh my God, like my baby boy, he's learning. He's becoming a good guy. But then the party keeps on being so obnoxiously rude to him. And I'm just like, no, he's learning. Stop being mean to my boy. But like, it's just very mean-spirited, I think, as far as the party composition goes. That kind of drags it down for me. Just because, like, man, I don't want to play a game where like the entire party hates each other the entire time. It's not good, man. Where's my found family? It doesn't exist here. They all hate each other. Oh wait, this is Twin Brave. I have to put this. This is another like fighting game. Tales of the Tempest. I want to play this so badly. If you don't know Tales lore, so Tales of the Tempest is a DS game, and so it had like zero budget. And when it came out, they announced it as like, this is the next new Tales game. This is our new DS game. Here, it's an important game to us. And then it came out like it was unfinished. It was played horribly. And the story was very bare bones. And everyone was like, hey, what the fuck? This is your like new direction? This is a horrible game. And then it made Namco step back and be like, oh, actually, Tales of the Tempest is actually a side game. It's not actually a main game. So they had to lie and say that it wasn't a main game when it was intended to be. It had zero money. Even the opening cutscene is like halfway finished. It's funny. I do want to play this just because it's like it's a bad game. I want to play a bad game so bad. There is a fan translation that I am going to enjoy. So I do have it. I just need to actually put aside the time to play it though, on stream, of course. If you want a funny laugh, you should look up Tales of the Tempest opening on YouTube and just watch it. It's not finished. The song is very good, but the visuals keep on going between like the classic like anime style opening, like, oh yeah, here's anime, and then it just like abruptly cuts to like in-game models where they had to like painstakingly try and make an opening out of the shitty DS models for the game. It's so funny. Radiant Mythology, it's the first like collab. The Tales series likes doing collab-y games where they put all of their characters into one game, and it's the Radiant Mythology series. Only the first one came over, so it's Tales of the World Radiant Mythology. I played a little bit of it. It's okay. It's really interesting seeing all these characters like interact and go into like its own little universe of like a collab zone, I guess. That's good. I do want to play Radiant Mythology 2 and 3, but I don't think they'll never be translated officially, and I don't think anyone's trying to localize it at all on the fan side. But I do want to play them eventually because they look very interesting. It's just that nobody fucking wants to translate it to English. God damn it. Vesperia. I love Vesperia. Vesperia is so good. Howdy, Rabbit. How you doing? Hope I'm fantastic one. Welcome in. I'm tier listing today. It's my last stream of the year. I tier list at the end of the year. So yeah, Vesperia is very, very good. It does have like the flaw of like having a really poor third act, but as long as you ignore that, it's fun. It's a great game. Doing good. Hoping you're doing well tonight too. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. I had a long drive today, so my brain's a little scattered right now, so I apologize for that, but we're getting through it, man. And yeah. So it's very, very good. One of my favorites. For you know, reasons. There's a reason why it's up there. And then let's go into the Exilias. So actually I'll do Zestiria first. Zestiria I don't care for. Zestiria has a very subpar story for a Tales game. Like, it's very, very predictable, and also it doesn't have the twists and turns that normally a Tales game has. So like you go into Zestiria and you're like, oh my god, so this is a Tales game, so obviously there's going to be a plot twist somewhere, and the whole time you're like going through the game like, okay, I know what this amazing thing's gonna happen. They also removed Best Girl 2 hours. They did. I loved Alicia. So like you're imagining all these plot twists and like how the game could go, and then it doesn't do any of it. They just play it completely straight. It's just a really weird experience, especially as a Tales game. And like, if it wasn't a Tales game, it would be a great time. But the problem is it is a Tales game, and Tales games are known for like switching things on its head and like doing a lot of like wacky stuff with the story, and it doesn't do any of it. It genuinely feels like a modern version of a very classic RPG that like doesn't do anything. Like, it's kind of like if they made the original Final Fantasy in modern times with like modern technology and modern standards of like writing length. It feels like that, and I don't mean that in a positive way. But it's the only way I can describe it. Just like story-wise, it's so basic that Tales of Exilia, I love it. Exilia is a great game. Has a lot of flaws, but good, understandable. Yeah. So Exilia, it has a little bit of flaws, but it's good. It's still a really good game. Really has some really good twists and turns. Really, really good music too. And the only subpar thing, it's like I always say, Star Ocean 2 has ruined me for a lot of games. Tales of Exilia does a really poor job of handling a dual protagonist thing, because you're basically playing the same game twice. There's not much variety you get from playing either as Jude or Mila. And honestly, I would recommend playing as Jude for first and foremost, because you actually miss content playing as Mila. Like you just come back as Mila and you're just like, oh yeah, all these things happened, and you're just like, what? So like playing as Jude is the ultimate way to experience like the full story. And there's not really a benefit for playing one or the other though, aside from that. And for that, it's like, why would you play as Mila if you're gonna miss so much of the character development from your party members? Ugh, man. I'm very YouTubing it because I did her side, and I was like, I'm playing 60 hours again for that, but I know, right? Like, again, Star Ocean ruined me. So in Star Ocean 2, you get a lot of variety. Like, so many things change when you play as either Claude or Reyna. So like, I was expecting that going in. So like, I played as Jude first, and then I looked into like what the Mila route entailed. I was like, there's no point in playing as Mila. Like, the only new things I'll get are like 5 minutes of new cutscenes. That's it. There's no other thing. There was no other benefit. So again, Star Ocean, superior game from the 90s, does everything better, but God, Mila, they could have done so much better with this, but they didn't. Anyway, but much better game, Tales of Exilia 2. Tales of Exilia 2, it's specifically made as a choice-based game. So every decision you have has a choice to it, and I really like it. I want to stream this year. I want to stream this next year. I mean, for 2024, I definitely want to play both Exilia 1 and Exilia 2, because there are so many moments in Exilia 2 that made me panic and gasp, and I want to experience that again on stream. Even though I know all the twists and turns this time, I just want to, it's such a good game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Just, it's amazing. I love it. And you can only really get the full Exilia 2 experience if you play Exilia 1. So I'm playing them both this year. I just got to find the time to do it, which I'm going to make it this year. But yeah, but that's it for the Tales tier list. This year's going to be hell speeder. Man, especially if this is my last stream of the year, I gotta boot up my PS3. Come on, let's. All right, guys. Because I think I have to leave for my family thing tomorrow, at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, do you think we could beat? Do you think we could beat like a 30-hour game in that time? Right? Come on. Do you guys believe in me? I can do time compression. Let's do the Final Fantasy VIII thing. We'll compress the time. I'll play the entire game, and I'll do it. I'll do it. Get the coffee, sure. All right, it's gonna be a long one. I can never. But anyway, these are gonna be on the slate next year. Definitely after spring. I have a really big move in April, I think. So like I'm kind of saving any long playthroughs for next year. For after that, I mean. Just so like I don't get into like for example, what if I get really into Tales of Exilia and I have to move and I'm like off the game for like a couple weeks. So, but yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna be like prioritizing shorter games until after I move and get settled in my new place. Where I'm like having a big move. I'm moving states for the first time. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to do things like, you know, talking to the MVA and stuff, or whatever, like the Motor Vehicle Administration. I'll have to talk to them and be like, hey, I'm moving states, here's my license plate, can you give me a new one please in a new state? And they'll be like, and then they'll yell at me and be like, you didn't follow procedure, even though I don't know the procedure. It's gonna be horrible. Okay, there's one more tier list. Only one more left, guys, and it's the most exciting one. This is the one everyone's been waiting for. It's time to rate my husband. So all of these are my everyone say hello to my husbandos. We're going to rate them. I love all of them. And we're gonna decide who's the best one. Christmas must have been expensive, really expensive, man. I have so many husbandos to keep track of. All of them need to get something, right? So, here's how I'm grading my husbandos. We have S tier. This will be a challenge because only one of these men can end up in S tier. This could be the only one here. So it's gonna be a challenge for me to decide between all of these men, let me tell you. Okay, so A is very high quality boys. And before all of them, but one is an A tier. Only the goodest boys. Yeah, the goodest boy gets an S tier. But A tier is like basically a step below S tier, like the runner-ups, basically. The people who get the second and third prize are here. And B is great boys. I just like them. I think they're neat. Actually, I'm gonna switch the description here. So C tier is they're neat. So I like all these characters, don't get me wrong. So there's not gonna be like a fail tier where I don't like them. I do not feel as passionately about these men. So, basically I've tried to find every dude not as neat. Oh, I'm stealing that. Not as neat. So I went on my Tumblr. I like went through my Tumblr history of like, okay, who have I called my husbando? I gotta find all of them. I gotta collect them all here and we're gonna just rate all of them. So I tried my best. I probably called more people my husbandos, but these are who I found and could remember. We're gonna do our best here. But let's get started. First up, I'm just gonna go in order for what this is dumped in as. And also, I think it would be neat how I'm gonna make this interesting. Eddie, I'm not going to do S tier until the end. And S tier will be chosen out of the A tiers. So I'm not gonna choose S tier until the end. This will be like the grand finale of who's the ultimate husbando up here. But without further ado, first man on the board, Klaus from Story of Seasons, the original Story of Seasons. He is an old man, which was probably something you'll hear a lot of today. He is an old man. He talks about his age a lot. He used to be in a gang. He's pretty neat. He's like an older husbando of mine. So like sometimes the heart grows fonder with age, and sometimes the heart does not grow as fond with age. So unfortunately, he's going to the neat category. And unfortunately, it's just due to the fact that he's in a Story of Seasons game. Typically, most of Story Seasons characters don't have a lot of character to them, which is really funny to talk about. How half the enjoyment is dating guys when they don't really have that much going on with them. A lot of my love for Klaus goes from like, I have a dark and tragic past involving RPing. And he was one of them. So, but I think he's neat. He's just like kind of like going kind of by the wayside. There's like more quality husbandos I could choose from. Next up, I would be shocked if anyone knows this man. This here is Orwin from Tales of Crestoria. Wait a minute. Wait just a fucking minute. No, wait just a minute. I just realized something. Just a second. Wait. I gotta do something real quick. Wait just a fucking second. Here, I just realized something. They didn't include something in here. Hold up. Hold up, guys. Hold up. I'm doing something. I'm fixing something. They forgot to add Crestoria. It's great. They fucking forgot to put in Crestoria in the Tales tier listing. They didn't put any of them in, but I don't care. Crestoria deserves better. Anyway, welcome guys back to the Tales. Welcome back to the Tales tier list, where we have to talk about Tales of Crestoria. And then we'll be back to a regularly scheduled husbando tier list. So, Crestoria was a very, very good mobile game that they dropped the ball on. Honestly, Crestoria, it never finished because it got shut down before the story finished, but it has a story that genuinely should have been used for a main console Tales game. It has such a unique premise, such an interesting story. Very shocking. Like, the story quality is very, very good. All my favorite Tales games and want to play. No, Asif, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm working on it so bad. Welcome in. Hope you're a fantastic one. But anyway, Crestoria. Such a good game. Wasted on a mobile game presentation. And then they shut it down because they really dropped the ball with the release. Like, it was a buggy mess when it launched. But it was so good, man. They're coming out with a manga right now. It hasn't been translated into English officially, and I'm reading it. It's really good, man. Crestoria deserved better. I think about it every day and cry. Man, anyway. Orwin. Now that I've realized this. Husbando tier list. Welcome back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Husbando tier list. Orwin from Tales of Crestoria. He is... So Orwin is an old man. He has a very, very tragic, horrifying backstory that you learn in Crestoria. I kind of don't want to tell because it's such a good thing. Basically, well, I will tell it. So, you know, put your fingies in your ears and start yelling if you don't want to hear this. But, Orwin, his wife is a monster, and for a while, we think that she's a man-eating monster. And his struggle is basically being like, is my wife eating people? And he's very depressed because of it, because it's like, oh my God, is my wife like murdering everybody? And he ends up with the conclusion of like, actually, I love my monster wife and I don't care. I'll kill people for her now. He's great. He's also very pathetic. I like that in man. He's a very high quality boy. He's in the running for S tier, guys. That's when you should know that you should play. Well, not play. It's not available anymore. That's how you know you should experience the archive of Tales of Crestoria and watch Orwin's story, because holy shit, he has such a good story. Let's go. Next up, this man is Warwick Archangelo from the anime and manga Gangsta. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. He is an old man. He's a gigolo. So he is like, half of his job is like doing basically bounty hunter work in the city. And also half of his job is sleeping with older women. He's great. I love Warwick. Not quite like as high quality as the others, but he is very, very good. Very hard job. It's a hard job fucking all those girls, you know? We salute our heroes here. But he's very, very good. I like Gangsta a lot. If you want a very gritty anime, you should watch Gangsta. Just don't watch beyond episode 9 because the series is literally incomplete. Just a little pro tip there. Just stop once you hit episode 9, stop watching. Just read the manga after that. Next up on our list, we have Xander from Fire Emblem Fates. He is an older brother, not an old man this time, older brother. He is the crown prince of the evil nation that I forget the name of right now. Honestly, most of what I like for Xander is involved in like headcanon territory, because the writing for Fates is so bad that you kind of have to think around it sometimes. So Xander still goes in the great boy category though, because I think he's very neat. If you've played Fates before, you might not be knowing something that like, you might be raising an eyebrow like right now, like, Ner? Did you date your brother in Fates? Because the protagonist is like adoptive siblings with Xander, and I'm like, I don't think that the protagonist dates Xander. Me, Ner, dates Xander. I'm not into that shit. But unfortunately, the only guy that I liked in Fates was the brother, and you could date him. So anyway, that's my opinion on it. Next up, we have the funky this is Final Fantasy 15 music. Oh my god, I love funky Final Fantasy 15 music. I'm blessed today. So this man is Ford from Story of Seasons Trio of Towns. He is an older man. He's a doctor, and he has a very, very, very tragic backstory. Like, as in, you learn about it and you're just like, what the fuck? So Trio of Towns is a really, really good writing. Trio of Towns is really, really good writing. Like, it has layers to it. Everything is kind of done with a purpose, and a lot of what you learned about characters are read between the lines, but it's like purposeful this time. It's not us making up headcanons about these characters. It's like, oh, this is literally a thing. We're just like, you're just learning about this like in an indirect way about these guys. So like he has a very tragic like backstory kind of thing. He has like abusive parents. He was like involved in a fire when he was a kid. It was wild. So he has a really, really cool thing going on, especially for a story seasons game. Like you don't really expect a lot of depth in a story seasons like love interest, but it's there. And Tree of Talents has it in spades. It's honestly like the best. It's the best story seasons game, like on an objective level. Not my favorite, but on the objective level, I think it's the best. But anyway, Ford. High quality boy. I think he's a very good boy. Anyway, now we have Soseki from Harvest Moon, A New Beginning. He is an old man. And he is a journalist. He's a writer. He has moved to the countryside from the big city for his health. And he talks about his age so many times, so much. He talks about it every sentence. He says how old he is. Oh my God. But again, it is a story seasons character, so you don't expect too much depth. You get a lot of your depth from headcanon territory. So, very high quality boy. I love him for many reasons. Many of which include not Hezbundo stuff, but a lot of nostalgia stuff too. But high quality boy in A tier. Next up, we have Alvin from Tales of Exilia. He is an older man, and basically he's like in the original Exilia, he is basically a mercenary for it's been a minute since I played Exilia, but so bear with me. But he is basically a mercenary for the secret shadowy organization that's kind of causing mayhem in the world. And he's very suspicious. He betrays the party like 10 times the entire game. It's great. And then in Exilia 2, which is why I primarily like Alvin, is he's kind of trying to reform himself. He's a fruit seller now, and he still has like the shadow of his past like following him wherever he goes. And there's like a moment in Exilia 2 that I did cry over Alvin. It's very, very good. I can't wait to do it again. So yeah, Alvin goes in 8. There's so many people in 8 tier. God damn it! I have to be more mean to these guys. I'm trying hard to be like. I'm trying really hard to make sure that not all these guys are in A tier, but I'm failing already. Yeah, he's a really good guy. I'm gonna talk more about him whenever I stream Exilia 1 and 2, just because you get to see all of it and you can see me cry probably when Exilia 2 comes out. Oh, I mean, not comes out, when I play it, I mean. Then we have Shigure from Fruits Basket. He is an old man. He is the older cousin of Yuki and Kyo, and he is kind of orchestrating a lot of the plot of Fruits Basket, and he's not a good person. He's a horrible person actually, but oh boy, that's why he's an A tier. We love a problematic king here. If you haven't watched Fruits Basket, the 2009 version, please do so. 2009 version is so good. I cried a lot. I've been watching anime on the treadmill, and when I watched Fruits Basket, I was like crying while I was walking. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. As I'm walking on a treadmill in public. But anyway, watch Fruits Basket. It's really good. Shigure was kind of like, you might be wondering, Nair, why are all these husbands older and also suspicious? That's why Shigure is kind of the blueprint of why I really like Shigure. That's kind of what formed my opinions over the years. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisy. Next, we have, this is another one where I don't think anyone's gonna know him. It's Natori Shuichi from Natsume Yujincho. He is an older man. He's an actor, actually. He's an actor and exorcist. So he hunts down yokai and has a negative opinion for yokai, which is in opposition to the protagonist, Natsume, who thinks that yokai are friends. So Natori, he goes in the great boy category. I do love him a lot, though. It's just like Natori is kind of like more of a side character compared to like most of the other characters in there, so you don't learn as much about him. He's very, very interesting, though. I love any episode that has Natori in it. Next up, we have Klaus von Reinhardt from Kekai Sensen. He is an older man. He is the leader of Libra, which is the secret society that makes sure that the balance is held in Hell Salem's Lot. He is very, 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 what's the word for this? He's very, very gentlemanly. So he's a very good boy, very, very, respectful, and always likes to do the good things, even if it shouldn't, even if, doing the good thing isn't the best option at the moment. But anyway, Klaus is actually going to be our first D tier because I don't necessarily think that Klaus is like husbando for me. I just think he's a good boy. And I more so think he's like, I more so ship him with someone else than I do think of like him as a husbando necessarily. I love him as a character. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he is a great guy. I love him, but he's not really my husbando necessarily. And people think he is, but I'm like, no, actually, I think he's better with somebody else. I just think he's neat, and I think he's a really good boy, but not as neat. Oh my goodness, are we here already? Is that? Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Errol. Are we here already? Is it time for me to talk about Raven from Tales of Vesperia? I'm changing the music real quick. There we go. Perfect. It's never not time to talk about Raven. Exactly. You know that. R6 speaking my fucking language. So this is Raven from Tales of Vesperia. He is an old man and very sussy. I love him. He wears red flags like badges of honor. We love a problematic king here. He is basically a triple agent, and we love to see it in games. He is genuinely like one of my favorite characters of all time. So like it's no question he's going in A tier. He's gonna be in the running. So like I do kind of want to play the rest of Vesperia on stream at some point, but if you ever, I don't want to say anything in case anyone hasn't played Vesperia yet, but holy shit, his story is so good. I've read a lot of the side content, the side manga that they made for him, and holy shit, like he went through it. He is basically a dead man walking, and it's so delicious as a story trope. Oh, so good. So this is kind of like an oddball to put in here because like this is so currently on Otome Tuesdays we are playing Rindo's route, which is this little guy right here. So we are playing his route right now. So let me just give my opinion because I've already played his route outside of stream. So I already know what happens in his route, so I don't want to say much just in case people are watching the Otome Tuesday streams, and also just in case like someone else in the Otome Tuesday crew peeps their head in. But this is Rindo from Cafe Enchanté. He is an old man and kind of the person keeping, like someone from the government that's keeping their eyes on Cafe Enchanté, making sure that everything's all good and nothing bad is happening in the cafe. So I'm not gonna say much, but I do really like his route. He's a great boy. Not necessarily A tier, but I think he's really, really good. For reasons that you'll learn in his route. I can't say anything more than that for him. Next up, we have Van Helsing from Code Realize. He is an older man and he's a former soldier in the Vampire Wars and has since like quit and is now on a vengeance hunt against Finis for the murder of his entire family. So that's the basic story. Like, I've already played the entire route on stream, so you kind of, if you've watched that, you know. But Van Helsing is definitely a very high quality A tier boy. He's very good, very, very good. Oh, here he comes, the man of the hour. It's Leoford from Final Fantasy 14. He is an older man. Not as old as the other ones on here, but an older man. He is the leader of the Sky Pirate crew, the Red Bills. He kind of lives with the idea of being free. So just a very like easygoing, like free-spirited young man. He's high quality. He's so good. He's my favorite character in Final Fantasy 14. He's amazing. I love him so much. It's just Leoford, man. I've played through his quest like so many times. Like, I keep on replaying it on my main. I had a blast replaying it on stream. It's great. Next up we have Arthur from Rune Factory 4. He is a suspicious man. And he is the prince of the nation. He kind of like, so basically at the beginning of Rune Factory 4, they assume that you're the prince of the nation. And they're like, oh my God, prince, hello, help us control the town. And then Arthur walks in like, hey, I'm the prince that you were expecting. And then everyone's like, wait, sorry, we just gave your title to somebody else. And he's like, no, that's fine. I don't want that anyway. I don't want that responsibility. And he's like, he's very interesting. I like him. And Arthur goes in the great boy category. He's great. Not so much A tier level, but I love him still. Next up we have Luke. It's Lucas from Rune Factory 5. Lucas is an older man and he's God, literally. He has amnesia when you meet him, and at the end of his like introductory quest, he's like, wait a minute, I think I'm God. And you're like, okay, old man, get back to the home. So, but then you learn he's actually God. Like, he's not lying. He's so silly. I love him. He's a silly little guy. He's great. He's A tier for me. His like in the pre what's it called? In the previews, that's just what fuck I was trying to say. In the previews for the game, I was thinking that he'd be like a suspicious old man. So that's why I was like, oh my God, a sussy old man. Finally, another one for me. Oh, I'm winning today, boys. But then when I actually played the game, it's like, oh, he's not sussy. He's just a little silly and weird. I still love him though. So he's not like sussy or anything, but I love him so much. He's so silly. He's great. He's great. It's Lucas. How can you not like Lucas? He's God. Next up, we have Emmett Selk from Final Fantasy 14. Shadowbringer specifically. I don't want to say much because I am streaming Shadowbringers soonish, whenever I'm done with the patch quest for Stormblood. But he's great. I'm gonna cry over him whenever I stream it. I'm just gonna like leave it at that. I'm gonna cry. Sass Incarnate. Yeah. We love Sass Incarnate. I can't wait to experience that again. Because I haven't really played, like, I haven't done the New Game Plus for Shadowbringers. So it's gonna be fun. Next we have Hien from Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood. He was my favorite MSQ husbando until Emmett Selk came around. But he's a good guy. He doesn't really fit my usual MO as far as husbandos go. So it's like he's kind of the odd one out in here. No, my voice. What happened to my voice? But I still like him a lot. I think he's very like cunning and stuff. He has like that. When you look at him, you think he's just like a golden retriever type of guy, and he is. But then like the more you interact with him, you're like, oh shit, you're up to something. Like you're constantly like, scheming. I like it. He's very smart. He's smarter than what you think. I think that's cool. It gives him layers, but still, he's gonna be in B tier. Not quite at the Emmett Selk Leoford level as far as Final Fantasy 14 goes. So yeah, but I still love Hien a lot. Whenever I see Hien, I'm like, Hien, that's my boy. So here we go. Sorry, I'm clearing my voice. Like something got into there. This is Anders from Dragon Age 2. He is a terrorist. He is an older man, very suspicious, lies to you, blows up a building, and is possessed by a spirit. Oh, that's the historian. A tier. Okay. Genuinely, Anders is such a fascinating character to me. He just because of how Dragon Age 2 is, he has such a genuinely interesting character arc. Because depending on how you feel about him, like his character can change so much. It is like he's like one of the only characters that does this, aside from like I think Meryl, where like if you're friends with him and you encourage him to like be sussy and stuff and like do his thing, then he like kind of becomes at peace with the spirit that's possessing him, and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for me. This is something I want to do. I'm gonna blow up this building because we have to. But if you're rivals with him and you have a really negative opinion of him, you can actually convince him to be like, wait a minute, I'm possessed by a spirit? This is horrifying. I need to stop doing this. I'm doing something horrible. And then the spirit like takes over his body and makes him do it. So like, he's so interesting, man. So I'm here is more danger flags the better. Gotcha. You figured me out. Actually, no, Rabbit, you don't have me figured out. They also have to be old. You only got half the picture, man. But yeah, Anders, I love him. The danger flag that's to be aged. I know, like, the reason why I keep on laughing after saying like, oh, this guy is an old man, because I'm like realizing that all of these guys are pretty much old dudes. In some capacity. Like I think Arthur's the exception over here, and technically Natori too. Yeah, finally aged like wine. And the oldest one next. Yeah, I don't think I even have to say anything for this guy. This is Astarion from Baldur's Gate. He is an old man. He's a vampire. He's up to something. A tier. I don't think I have to say much about him. Like, well, I mean, so we've sorted everybody, and that means we have to choose our S tier out of all of these A tiers. So I'm just gonna do a process of elimination. So obviously Anders is definitely in the running. I mean, Anders is on my fucking OBS. Like, do you see that guy sitting on a crate? That's him. So Anders is in the running. So is Raven, obviously. Leoford 2. Astarion, of course. But I think in my heart, I know who's the S tier here. And I don't think this is going to be a surprise. if you've seen me how I act recently, it's Astarion. Astarion has officially dethroned Raven, even though I love Raven so much. Like, Raven is like still second place to me, and then Anders is third place. But lawyer's winning. Isn't a magistrate technically a judge? Like, after that stream I had for like the Astarion no vampire run, I think I looked it up. I think magistrate's actually a judge, which is worse in my opinion. Never would have guessed. Wow, that's not sarcastic at all, Rabbit. Guys, I tricked Rabbit. Are you guys proud of me? I tricked somebody. Somebody didn't know. And he's not being sarcastic at all. Yeah. So from this list, you're like, okay, Nur loves older, suspicious guys with a lot of red flags. I'm like, yes, but actually, we gotta remember chicks are for kids. Yeah. Actually, there is actually a third tier of what I really like in a husbando. And it's a quality that both Astarion and Raven have. Only like the thing that gives Astarion an advantage over Raven is that Astarion's is basically more blatant than Raven. And that is ace coded. So both Raven and Astarion, in my opinion, are very ace coded, especially Astarion, just based on the story. So Raven like kind of has this like, it's hard for me to explain if you haven't read the extended universe material for Raven, but basically like Raven's very flirtatious, very like outgoing, like very touchy, but also like when sex is involved, he actually isn't interested. And so that's like where the ace coded comes with for Raven. And then for Astarion, a lot of his story involves like is very ace coded. Like I'm an asexual person. I don't like sex. And Astarion's like whole story really spoke to me and really kind of knocked me in the head with a chair, really. So like honestly, the reason I'm so like down bad for this guy is that he's ace coded. So it's very rare for me to ever like see representation for myself in a video game. And the fact that I have that now with Astarion, and it's a character I love genuinely, like even without the ace codedness, it's like genuinely a treat. Just like the fact that his entire story, like a lot of his character arc is dependent on him like having his own say in how his body is used. Like a big part of his romance is like you don't have sex for a while, and a lot of what he says really resonates with me. And that it's genuinely been such a wild thing to like have this character that, oh my god, that's me. It means so much to me to have this representation of like myself. I know it's not like technically canon that he's asexual, but a lot of his story like speaks to me personally as an asexual person, where you feel like you're pressured to like use your body and stuff. And just like having the story really means a lot. Yeah. Anyway, let's stop being fucking sappy now. This is an 18+ stream. But anyway, that is the husbando tier list. And that ends the tier listing for this time. I like doing 4s. I think 4s are good for tier listing streams. Oh my god, Baby Seal, you're coming at the last minute. Hi. I'm doing the wrap up. How you doing? Want to see all the tier listing I did, Baby Seal? How you doing? So yeah, let's go over what we did. So this is the husbando tier list. We have decided that Astarion sits at the top of the list. How's the tier list? It was really good. Got to do a lot of talking. About husbando specifically as of late. But yeah, we did a husbando tier list of me rating all of my husbandos into a neat order. And then I rated all the games that I played this year. So I have my favorites of the year, which is Signalis, Code Realize, Trace Memory, Ghost Trick, Baldur Gate, and Star Ocean Remake. Came at the perfect time. Hi, Snowy Runes. Ford spotted. Yeah, Ford made it to A tier. Congratulations. Snowy Runes knows what that's about. A tier husbando for the husbando list. It might like, you might know why. I think you know why, by the way. Looking directly into your eyes, into your soul. Emmett? Yeah, Emmett's an A tier. Emmett's here. We love Emmett. Emmett's MSQ husband for me in Final Fantasy. Yeah. So these are the games I played this year. And S tier, Signalis, I already went through this, so I'm just gonna do it again. Signalis, Code Realize, Trace Memory, Ghost Trick, Baldur Gate 3, and Star Ocean. And then we have, I just updated my indie RPG list. Nothing was added to the S tier this year, unfortunately. But we did get some new stuff on the A tier. So the new entries for A tier are Wadanohara, Flesh, Blood, and Concrete, Mother 3, Milk Inside of a Bag, and Five Nights at Fuck Boys. Yo, you got Star Ocean too. I hope you enjoy it. I love her so much. I love Reina. I hope you enjoy it regardless. So Star Ocean 2 is a genuinely like amazing game. A very classic, amazing game. And then Tales tier list. I rated all the Tales games. So at the top, the ultimate favorites are Tales of Symphonia, Symphonia 2, Vesperia, Exilia 2, and Crestoria. I'm not adding the other mobile games. I don't care about them. Wait, what is the list before the Tales list? So this one is the indie RPG list, and it's mainly RPG Maker games. So like it includes stuff like Eve, Omori, One Shot, Off. Like it's just like RPG Maker games and anything indie. I mean, Mother isn't indie, but same vibes, I guess. This isn't a list that I make, so for some reason the indie RPG games includes Mother, I guess. I don't know why. Yeah, I just updated it from last year because I played some of the games that were like in the interested category, so I thought it'd be better to just update this rather than making an entirely new one. Gotcha. Versus the other game list. Yeah. Just I play a lot of RPGs with Matcha, so we like go through these. So I just like updating it as we play more. Yeah. Yeah, but that honestly, that does it for me. You gotta post all these tier lists somewhere. Yeah, after I'm done, like after I'm done streaming, which will be like really soon, I'm gonna be like saving and posting these on Twitter. That's what I did last year too. But yeah, that does it for me today. Thank you guys for a amazing 2023. We're gonna be playing more games in 2024. Some of them I'm already planning on, so it'll be fun. Hey, Millie for Nerd Game of the Year 2023. Hi, Chico. No, you just came at the end. You just at the end of it. Thanks for stream. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for showing up. So games of the year for me. Wait, I am late. No, you can still see the thing right here. They're in here. No, Chico, they're in here. Games of the year for me: Signalis, Code Realize, Trace Memory, Ghost Trick, Baldur Gate 3, Star Ocean. You did it. Thanks for streaming there. Thanks for stopping to Baby Seal. Yeah, that does it for me today. But again, this is my last stream of the year, so you won't see me until 2024. I might stream on the New Year's Day, depending on when I get home, because I'm like hanging out with people. I'm glad Ghost Trick made favorite games of the year. I know Ghost Trick was so good, man. I'm so glad I could play that. So let's see. Like Ghost Trick literally like sweeping in at the last second. So let's see. A lot of people online today. Top game for top. Yeah, top bomb. Oh, goodness. So many people streaming right now. What the hell are you doing? Well, how about we just, we're gonna raid Mr. These. Just because he's playing Sonic. I don't know what Sonic Superstars is, but it's a Sonic game. I think that's good. Just a classic Mr. These raid. Let's go. Let me queue it up first. Yeah. Thank you guys for a wonderful 2023. I will see you guys next year, I guess. Thank you for the great streams this year and there. Thanks for thank you. Thank you for stopping in for the thing. That's new with multiplayer. Oh, okay. I know nothing about the new Sonic games and stuff. Yeah. Have a good new year, everybody. See you over at Mr. These stream. Let's go. Bye.